So I was checking my email one day. I was getting a little bored. And I took a break and I went into a Jewish chat in MSN. And I'm in there with all the Jews. And it was actually an Israeli chat, it was called, quote unquote. Guy comes in, he says, male 23, United Arab Emirates Muslim, who wants to chat? So all the Yahud, they started making fun of him, saying all kinds of horrible things to him. And he was answering them back, but his criticisms of quote unquote Israel were very precise. So I was interested because I'm Ajnabi, I came to this land from the West, and I see that all these conclusions that he's coming to had some weight to them. So I whispered him in a private chat, and this led to about 2 years of him teaching me and quizzing me, mostly about Tawheed al-Elohiyya. It seemed strange to me as I spoke to this guy. This guy is a goy, he's a Gentile. But wallahi, he knew where God was, where God wasn't. He knew Allah better than any Jew that I ever met. If you ask the Jews, where's Allah? They tell you everywhere. They have no idea. In Kul Makan. I finally saw a man that wasn't Jewish, but this guy is better than me and better than all that I knew. One day, I really liked this guy. He had a big impression on me. And he told me one day, Yusuf, do me a favor, send me your picture in an email. And I said, well, what do you want my picture for? He said, because when I come to Palestine, I want to know whose head I'm not going to chop off. And then he just signed off. SubhanAllah. So I started to think about this. Wow, man, this was way before the current trend of head chopping. So I started to think about it. Wow, that was really killer. And it had an impact on me. Now Islam was strongly in my mind, and at this point, all the problems that the brother was giving me about Judaism that I started to learn. And by the way, to understand Judaism in full is very hard, because Judaism is based not just on the simple level, and the Quran says it's simple for all to understand. Judaism has, or I should call it Rabbiism, it has the simple understanding, the middle understanding, and the hidden understanding. But only the Hakamat, or should I call them the elders of Zion, understand. And they always leave this back door open, so you can never really debate them, because each one has a different opinion on everything that you mention to them. So I discussed about the corrupted Torah today and the evil Talmud. And I spoke to this rabbi. He used to ride. I used to live near Gaza in Netivot. I used to drive to El Quds every day to work. There was some rabbi with me. He was a crazy American guy, but he had the element of the Deen of the Yahud. Everything that I told him, he said, yes, that's correct. Everything correct, 100%. So I said, listen, Rabbi, you're telling me all this? Yeah, this is correct. I said, so I want you to do me a favor. I want you to meet his brother in Emirates. I want you to talk to him. He said, I will not. I said, why not? He said, everything you said is correct, but if you think that I'm going to tell a goy that Judaism is incorrect, I won't do it. So, subhanAllah, this is what the Quran tells us. This is what we learn from the Sunnah, and this is what they are today. This was a man of their knowledge. Anyway, another incident. One day I was in Jerusalem, and I saw a rabbi. And this rabbi, I always wanted to speak to him. Even when I was in Brooklyn, he used to live near my community. His name was Rabbi Soleimani, and he was the rabbi of the Shirazi Jews from Fars, from Iran. And he was new to America. And now I see the Iranian Jews that are in quote-unquote Israel. So I asked him, I went over to him, I said, Rabbi, can I ask you a question? He said, yes. I said, where is it better for a Jew to be a religious Jew, an Orthodox Jew? In a land of Sharia, at that time that's what I believe that land was that he was in, where the women, they're dressed in hijab, properly covered. You don't hear al-saf words, you don't hear the dirty words coming out of their mouth on the streets like you see in Tel Aviv, in these places where the Iranians live. They have dresses, it's not size 1, 2, 3, it's the size they wear is not guilty, Your Honor. Really, really short. Is it better that they see this, or is it better that they be surrounded by these people? And he told me, not by force. I said, Rabbi, do you believe that the Torah is the haq? You believe the Talmud is the haq? You believe Judaism is the haq? He said, yes. I said, you're going to tell me that if you had the quwwah, if you had the power to enforce that deen that you believe is the truth, you wouldn't do it? And he told me, shh, Khalas. This man is Zabali. I don't want to see this guy. Now I see exactly for sure what they are. These are garbage people. They don't even stand up for what they believe their religion is. The next morning I went to the Suq al-Arabi in Al-Quds, and I bought the translation of the meaning of the Holy Quran in English. And I remember when I was taking it home, it was like I was taking home contraband, like I had something stolen, because the Yahud, they say you're not allowed to read, especially the Rambam, one of their big hakamat, that you're forbidden to read any foreign ideologies or faiths. When I got home, I locked myself on the sun porch, and this is on Yom HaSabt is the day off for the Yahud.